Coronavirus has dominated headlines all over the world due to its rapid spread and fear of the unknown. I'm Carisha, and I am here with another episode of International Travel Fears, and we will discuss everything coronavirus. I'm giving you all the up-to-date information, starting with what it is, causes, who is at risk, how it spreads, symptoms, prevention, treatment, any upcoming travel that you may have, travel insurance, what to do if you think you have it, and then my final thoughts. So let's get started without further ado. Coronavirus is a family of viruses that if you catch it, it can make you very ill. Now, this is not to be confused with the coronavirus that is commonly spread through humans currently. So when you see the post with the Lysol wipes and you have the human coronavirus on the back, this is a whole different beast. So coronavirus, it is zoonotic, meaning that it can spread from animals to people. And once a person has it, it spreads from person to person, which is where we are now. Let's discuss the causes. Those in Wuhan, China that had the virus early on were linked to seafood and animal markets. So it spread from animals to humans. Those detected later on did not have that same link to the market. So this is how the CDC knew that it was now spreading from person to person. So those are the early causes. Let's talk about how the coronavirus spreads. It spreads when you come in contact with an infected person's secretions. So normally when they cough or they sneeze and you get those wet droplets, usually from individuals within 6 feet of you, it can come in contact with you and it can go inside your mouth and inside your nose and you can become infected. Per the CDC, it is also possible to spread the virus by touching a surface that someone with the virus that's infected touch and then touching your nose or your mouth or your eyes. So that's why you do not want to do that. Who is at risk? Anyone that comes into contact with an infected person is at risk, especially if you have exchanged saliva or they have coughed or sneezed in your vicinity. What are the symptoms? The symptoms at this time are shortness of breath, a cough that becomes more serious with time, or a fever. And they believe that within 2 to 14 days of exposure, you can start to see symptoms. Let's talk about your upcoming travel plans. What you want to do is check the CDC website, cdc.gov, for up-to-date travel health notices. They give health notices not only about the coronaviruses, but other items as well. I'm only going over those, and I wrote it down because I did not want to mess this up. I'm only going over those alerts related to coronavirus. Now, this is a personal decision. Only you and your household can decide what is best for you. I'm just giving the information that's out there. I personally have not changed any travel plans. I'm not traveling to any areas that could possibly be under alert. I'm doing a lot of South America. So, you take it for what it's worth. You look at the information, you explore it, you discuss it with your spouse, significant other, and you decide what's best for you. But here's the information. So under a level 3, they have avoid non-essential travel to, and this is as of February 24th, they have South Korea, People's Republic of China, obviously not including Hong Kong or Taiwan. And then level 2, practice enhanced precautions to Iran, Italy, which I am going to in July, and Japan. So you use the information for what it's worth. Go to the website and check it because they're constantly making updates, and you make your decision based on, what you feel is best for you. Let's discuss travel insurance because there is a lot of bad information out there, and I want to give you the correct information. Now, most travel insurance policies is not going to cover something like coronavirus because it is an epidemic and that is not covered. Now, if you have a CFAR, which is a option to cancel for any reason, that is a situation where it would be covered, but those are time sensitive and there are eligibility requirements. So you want to check that policy to make sure that you met those requirements and you would be covered. And also, even though it's canceled for any reason, they do want you to cancel at least 48 hours prior to taking your trip. So what you want to also do, say you didn't have insurance, or you did and this isn't covered, you don't have a CFAR, you want to stay in constant communication with your airline, because if they cancel, you should be entitled to some type of refund. And also check with your hotel to see if you're in the eligibility window to where you can still get a refund if you need to cancel your hotel stay. So I hope that gives you a little bit more information on travel insurance and related to the coronavirus. Let's talk about prevention. Prevention is going to be extremely important with coronavirus. Proper hand washing. So you want to wash your hands with warm water. You want to lather the soap in your hands, and you want to wash for at least 20 seconds. You want to rinse thoroughly and make sure your hands are dry. Use hand sanitizer. Now, you want to use a hand sanitizer that is at least 60% alcohol. So you take the sanitizer and you pour it into one hand and you rub your hands together just as if you were washing them. You want to get all areas of your hands. Get those nails, ladies. We know they're long. And that should take about 20 seconds as well, at least. Hand sanitizer. You want to practice social distancing. So when people get to coughing and sneezing and all of that hacking and I don't know what's coming up, 6 feet. I need 6 feet. You remember that song, bag, 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 give me 50 feet. Well, we're not going to do 50, but we need at least 6 feet. Social distance yourself from individuals, because this is not a game. This is not the time to play around, because people do not cover their mouths, and I'm not trying to get sick. Another prevention tip is to keep surfaces that you commonly come in contact with clean. Cell phones, door handles, computer desk, keyboards. Ooh, those harvest so many germs. Keep all of that clean. Get you some wipes, wipe everything down, and make sure that you're keeping those areas clean so that you can help prevent from getting this virus. One of the biggest tips: do not under any circumstances put your hands in your mouth, your nose, or your eyes unless you thoroughly wash your hands. There are times where we just have to touch our eyes. I wear contacts. Sometimes I need to take them out. Thoroughly wash your hands before you do any of that, because you can take, something and then, possibly spread the virus to yourself. If you are sick and have cold and flu symptoms, stay at home. Don't get the rest of us sick. Stay at home. When you sneeze or cough, cover your mouth with the inside of your elbow. Nobody wants those germs. So like so. It's simple. Not in your hands, because you're going to touch something and you may not wash or sanitize. So elbow. Simple. Please, please. I see so many people walking all the time, especially in the airport, and they're just coughing, and nobody's covering their mouth, and it's just so disgusting. I'm a germaphobe, so it just freaks me out. But this is not the time to play games. This thing is supposed to get a little bit more serious than it is, so we have to take every step possible to make sure we're protected. If you use a tissue and you blow your nose or you sneeze and you got a whole bunch of gunk in there, don't put that in your pocket or on the desk. Why do people, I ain't gonna say we because I don't do it. Why do people hold on to that? That needs to go in the trash can immediately. And when you sneeze or cough again, you get a new tissue. Don't leave those germs sitting around. Throw it away and get a new tissue. Let's talk about treatment. As of today, February 26th, there is no cure. Now, they are working on a vaccine for it, but as of right now, there isn't one. So we have to do everything we can to prevent from getting it altogether. Sorry. If you are sick and you have a reason to believe that you could possibly have the virus, you want to stay home. Don't go out and get the rest of us sick. You want to then wear a face mask, isolate yourself from the other members in your household. Don't use the same utensils. And before you arrive at the doctor's office, call them first and see if there are any special steps they want you to take before you just arrive. For diagnosis, the way they're testing it is through blood or saliva. And unfortunately, if you test positive, you're going to have to follow the instructions of the health professional, which normally will include some type of isolation. But I am praying that everyone follows these tips and we can all stay healthy, and there will be no reason for anyone to catch it and find out what, that process is like. My final thoughts: this is an emerging virus and there is so much information out there and everything is still developing. They're coming up with new information every day. Hopefully they develop a vaccine so that people can get treated a lot faster and they can stop the spread of it. I want you all to stay safe, protect yourselves, and try not to freak out, and just work together and see what we can do to keep everybody healthy and happy. So that has been another episode of International Travel Fears. I hope you got educated today. Leave me a comment and let me know what you think, and if you learned anything, and where you're traveling to, where you going. It's almost spring and summer, so let me know what your travel plans are. Peace. I'll see you in the next one.